Welcome back to your monthly spotlight on the biggest and best upcoming games that all gamers should be aware of. In this episode, we'll be discussing the top games set to release in February 2024. Let's jump in. Sons of the Forest. Set for release on the 22nd of February, Sons of the Forest is a survival game with a unique twist. Instead of the usual zombie approach in these types of games, Sons of the Forest puts the player on an island inhabited by cannibals. So different. To survive, players can craft weapons and build shelter, but there are some friendly characters to help in the fight for survival, such as Calvin, a deaf NPC that the player can command to do simple tasks by writing them down on a piece of paper, and Virginia, a three-legged, three-armed NPC that boasts a lot of firepower. Sons of the Forest is the sequel to the 2014 game, The Forest, and new features to be excited for is a map that is 4 times larger than that of its predecessor, as well as 8-player cooperative multiplayer, although you can still play by yourself if you prefer. Players can receive different endings to the game depending on your actions. Sons of the Forest was released into early access on the 23rd of Feb 2023, a whole year before its actual release date, indicating that players can look forward to a polished game. Helldivers 2. Scheduled for release on 8th of February, Helldivers 2 is a cooperative, third-person tactical shooter set in a satirical future, under the rule of Super Earth's managed democracy. Developed by Arrowhead, the game follows expandable elite soldiers known as Helldivers, tasked with protecting humanity from various threats. Unlike its top-down predecessor, Helldivers 2 offers an over-the-shoulder perspective. The game emphasizes cooperative gameplay for up to 4 players, who must coordinate actions and tactics to complete missions. Arrowhead, a studio that grew from 35 to over 100 employees during development, began the project in 2016. Despite leaks, the official announcement came in May 2023, with a brief delay pushing the release to February 2024. Players can extensively customize their characters, choosing cosmetic options and a variety of weapons tailored to specific enemies. Stratagems, special tools activated with specific button combinations, play a crucial role in aiding the team during missions. The game retains the permanent friendly fire feature from its predecessor, adding an element of challenge to the cooperative experience. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Scheduled for release on February the 2nd, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is an action shooter developed by Rocksteady Studios, the same makers of the Batman Arkham trilogy, which is amazing by the way if you haven't played it. The game centers around 4 supervillains: Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and King Shark, recruited by Amanda Waller to thwart Brainiac's alien invasion and neutralize the Justice League members under his control in Metropolis. Initially announced in August 2020, the game faced multiple delays, shifting its release from the initially planned 2022. Notably, the game marks Kevin Conroy's final portrayal of Batman, with his performance included posthumously following his death in 2022. Set in an open-world metropolis, players can switch between the 4 playable characters, or engage in a 4-player cooperative multiplayer mode. The Suicide Squad's mission unfolds in the universe established by the Batman Arkham series, with Brainiac's invasion and the Justice League's subjugation requiring the squad's intervention. The game continues the narrative threads from the Arkham series, addressing events like the Joker's death and Batman's identity reveal. Unbroken Studios is assisting Rocksteady in the game's development, with a prequel comic, Suicide Squad: Kill Arkham Asylum, proving additional backstory. Initially set to release alongside the game, the comic was later delayed to February 6th. Jujutsu Kaisen: Cursed Clash. Launching on February the 2nd, Cursed Clash marks the first console game adaptation of the popular manga and anime series Jujutsu Kaisen. Developed by Viking and Gem Drops and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, this 2v2 action game invites players to explore the world of powerful Jujutsu sorcerers and cursed spirits. Set in an explosive action area, the game focuses on mastering cursed techniques and creating strategic combinations with chosen partners. Embracing the vibrant and dynamic style of Jujutsu Kaisen, the game introduces collapsing stages, cursed techniques, and domain expansions that impact the entire field. The game's narrative mirrors the events of the anime's first season, following protagonist Yuji Itadori's journey to confront monstrous curses and safeguard humanity in contemporary Japan. With a roster boasting over 15 playable characters, players assemble teams of 2 fighters to engage in battles against CPU opponents or other online players. Cursed Clash aims to capture the essence of the series with its strategic combat and distinctive cursed abilities. Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. Set for release on the 13th of Feb, Banishers Ghosts of New Eden is an action-adventure role-playing game developed by Don't Nod and published by Focus Entertainment. Players control a duo of ghost hunters, Antea Duarte and Red Mac Wraith, investigating the haunted community of New Eden. However, during their mission, Duarte becomes a ghost. Players utilize Wraith's weaponry and Duarte's spirit abilities to combat enemies, while choices made throughout the game shape the narrative. The game unfolds in 1695, where the Banishers, lovers Antea and Red, grapple with the aftermath of a disastrous mission. Antea transforms into a spirit, prompting a quest in the haunted North American wilds to free her spirit from this plight. Immersed in a rich story, players navigate a mystical world filled with supernatural creatures and ancient secrets, making morally ambiguous decisions that influence the fate of New Eden's inhabitants. Banishers offers an intimate, powerful tale of love and sacrifice, blending magic, weapons, and spiritual powers in a challenging and immersive experience. Skull and Bones. Scheduled for release on the 16th of Feb, Skull and Bones is an action-adventure game by Ubisoft Singapore, set during the fantastical late 17th century golden age of piracy. Positioned as a tactical action game, it offers an open-world environment with third-person perspective gameplay. Players control customizable pirate ships, navigating the Indian Ocean in a single-player campaign, or engaging in up to 6-player PvP battles in disputed waters. Emphasizing wind positioning for strategic advantage, players collect various ships, including sloops of war and frigates, equipped with mortars, cannons, and rockets. Brute force and boarding tactics influence damage inflicted, measured by a health bar. The multiplayer mode, Loot Hunt, challenges two groups in treasure hunting for wealth accumulation. The game, notably drawing inspiration from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, faced a prolonged development process with shifting scopes and directions, ultimately costing Ubisoft over $120 million. Granblue Fantasy Relink. Launching on the 1st of Feb, Granblue Fantasy Relink is an action role-playing game within the Granblue Fantasy franchise by Cygames. Set in the Sky Realm, the game follows a captain leading a skyfaring crew on a quest to Estalucia, encountering primal beasts and the enigmatic Church of Avia in the Zega Grande Skydom. The gameplay, showcased at Granblue Fest 2017, features real-time combat with a party of 4 characters, each possessing unique weapons and skills. Team-based mechanics like link attacks and chain bursts enhance the co-op experience, supporting solo or up to 4-player co-op quests. Granblue Fantasy Relink invites players to explore its lore through Lyria's journal, Fate episodes, and side quests, providing a rich and immersive experience in the expansive Sky Realm. Last Epoch. Slated for release on the 21st of Feb, developed by 11th Hour Games and released into early access nearly 6 years ago, Last Epoch is an action RPG that plays out over several timelines in the world of Eterra. The game boasts 15 mastery classes, 100+ transformative skill trees, and a very positive overall rating on Steam with over 22,000 reviews. With nearly 6 years to refine the game, the developers have players excited for in-depth character customization, exciting dungeons to spend hours in, time travel, and lastly, endless replayability. Last Epoch is one of, if not the most anticipated ARPG games ever created. We have been so excited for it that we've already featured it in one of our previous videos. The Thaumaturge. Set to release on February the 20th, The Thaumaturge is an isometric RPG that intertwines a rich narrative with a distinctive approach to turn-based combat, character development, and investigation mechanics. Taking place in 1905 under Imperial Russian rule, Warsaw serves as a backdrop to a diverse population with conflicting interests, including Russian soldiers, Jewish merchants, and Polish townspeople. The city pulsates with both grandeur and shadows, offering breathtaking parties in high society juxtaposed with the dangers of the Praga district's dark alleys. Developed by Fool's Theory and published by 11-Bit Studios, The Thaumaturge introduces players to morally ambiguous choices in a story-driven RPG. The narrative unfolds in a city teeming with mysterious powers and ethereal beings, known as Saluters, perceptible only to the eponymous Thaumaturges, who possess unique abilities. These Saluters play a crucial role in turn-based combat, adding a supernatural layer to encounters, and contributing to the overall narrative richness of the Thaumaturge. And if those weren't good enough, here are some other games to look out for this February. Nightingale, an action survival game set across the mysterious and dangerous Fey realms of Nightingale. Ultros, a psychedelic Metroidvania where you wake up stranded on the Sarcophagus, a cosmic uterus holding an ancient demonic being. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance, a gritty RTS that puts you in the middle of the future wars between humanity and Legion's synthetic intelligent machine network. Pacific Drive, an interesting-looking car survival horror game. The Nintendo Switch exclusive roguelike RPG Shiren the Wanderer, the Mystery Dungeon of Serpent Coil Island, and Island of Insight, a stunningly designed puzzle adventure game. Along with these fantastic new releases, there are also a few remakes coming out this Feb. This includes Tomb Raider 1-3 Remastered starring Lara Croft, allowing gamers to replay the earlier Tomb Raider games with their favorite female character, while simultaneously allowing younger gamers to experience the nostalgia their older brothers can't stop talking about. Other remakes include Brothers: A Tale for Two Sons remake, Persona 3 Reload, Mario vs Donkey Kong, and Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster. So which title are you most excited about in February 2024? And if there are any games set to release in March that you want us to cover, let us know in the comments down below. Remember to cross your T's and square your I's.